Porsha's birthday.
Well, Angela kiss my ass.
Oh, you want to give me your ass to kiss? I don't want to kiss fix or flat.
But I want to ask the question, or are you good with me being here because I know I wasn't invited? You're straight. Oh.
Porsha was inebriated, and all of her truth fell out.
She was like, I didn't say anything about you. I didn't say anything about your husband. By Angela or Charles at the pool last night. I didn't say anything.
Well.
Porsha saying she better stop before her husband.
I was Brian Keith, and I am back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And Porsha, I think that Porsha is doing a humiliation ritual. She has to at this point because, girl, you're making yourself look crazy as the fuck. And people that want to defend Porsha, please get down in the comments. Let me know how you're going to defend her. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flame. And if you wanna play with me, you can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, won it, securing the bag.
Drew arrives to Nashville, and the girls are like, "Oh my God, Drew, what's going on, girl?" You already know that Porsha wasn't going to try to invite Drew, and mind you, my whole thing is let's break it down. Drew was going to come on this trip regardless because Porsha didn't pay for the trip. Production did. And Drew couldn't come initially because Drew had to go to court. So we already knew that Drew was going to come, but they want to all make it like, well, I'm not invited on it. Girl, you're going to be on the trip because you're a main housewife. You're going to come. So for Porsha to spin it to, well, I don't want her because she's over here with Dennis and she's over here. In the beginning of the episode, she was like, well, you know, Drew wants to hang out with Dennis and do all this stuff. I didn't invite her. You know, she's trying to do all this stuff. But then at the end, it's just like, I only blame Dennis. He's the only one responsible. So if he's the only one responsible, then why are you giving her this energy? You're like, oh, you straight. I didn't give her no energy. I'm not a mean girl. Yes, the fuck you are. What are we talking about? Like, have I missed something? Like, this bitch, like, you literally are trying to create the narrative that Drew wants to fuck Dennis and is fucking Dennis by way you're friends, and then you said it, and you're gonna say it next episode. But to each his own. Let's talk about it.
Allegedly, Drew was sucking a lollipop.
She fucked some dick.
She sucked and sucked until the dew dropped.
So, you know, Drew comes in and she sees Angela, and Angela's happy to see her. She's like, hey, girl, thank you for coming. I'm so happy that you're here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Angela is a breath of fresh air. Angela is doing what she needs to do. And the crazy thing about it is that before the season, I didn't know shit about Angela. Honestly, I heard more about Kelly, Britt, Shamia, but Angela is the breakout star. Angela is asking the questions. Regardless of what relationship, she's facilitating what needs to be facilitated.
Last night was a lot.
It was a lot.
It was intense. You just be a little theatrical sometimes. I know.
We see in the confessional, Angela's just like, you know, now that Drew's here, if I could do anything differently, I would still do the same thing and invite Drew. Like, one thing about Angela is that she knows she's messy, and I like that, you know. So shout out to her.
Howdy, bitches.
No, I think you should. Why? Because you get the heat off me.
So, you know, we see the girls, they're going out, and they're going to be two separate groups, and they're going to Cowboy Coyote, and then they're going to go to whiskey tasting. And I think the ones that go to whiskey tasting was Britt, Drew, Angela, Cynthia, and the other girls go to Cowboy Coyote. So we see in the car, well, the Sprinter, Shamia gets very emotional. And I'm like, what's going on? Why is she crying? So we come to find out back in 2018, Shamia did something for the show where she talked about abusive relationship.
Literally jacked up out of my chair. Like, put me down, you're embarrassing me. I'm like, not here, not now.
She was married before, and she was only married for a year. She found that the guy that she was with, you know, was highly abusive. And she talked about a particular incident when she was out in public, and he I think he either punched her chest or choke pushed her. And in front of everybody, she just says she felt all eyes on her. She felt embarrassed.
He hit me so hard, I popped out of my first pair of red bottoms. I was just embarrassed, you know? It felt like everybody on that patio was just staring at me.
And I feel so bad for her because I've never been domestic, abused in a relationship. However, if people know about the story, me and my dad, we have a strained relationship due to abuse there. So I've seen my mom be abused by my dad, and those are certain things that, you would never forget. And I will always remember the sequence of events that happened that day when I was 6 years old. That is crazy, right? So I understand the trauma. And one of the girls that was talking to the guy, after she divorced him, she was trying to tell him, like, give her a heads up, like, this is what I went through, just to let you know. I'm not trying to cause no drama, but a girl's girl. So the girl didn't believe her at first, but then she just messaged her and was like, girl, okay, I see it, I understand it. And she feels validated. She feels like, okay, what I did was, it helped someone. Like, it made me feel like I was seen, and what I said, it made sense. So it validated her, and I'm happy that she got the validation that she needed.
I hadn't talked to her. I tried to tell her why I was divorced, and she kind of like shut me out and was mean about it. So she sent me a text today apologizing.
Because sometimes shit like that can torment you for years and years and years. So I'm happy that she got that. I really love Shamia on this show. I feel like Shamia's kryptonite, unfortunately, is Porsha, because Shamia is a ride or die to Porsha at a fault, to the detriment of herself. And Porsha seems like a selfish friend, and she seems like she put her needs over her friend's needs. Even though your friend might be feeling some type of way, or your friend is celebrating something, instead of you saying, hey, you know what, friend, blah, 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 you only care about yourself and your needs. And those are people that I'm starting to realize that I need to wing out of my life, because that's not the type of friend I need. You see, we're going to talk about the whiskey tasting. So we're at the whiskey tasting, and Britt,
by bringing you here without her permission, and that's where I messed up.
It was more of you playing the victim.
No, how do I play the victim?
Britt, you're trying to do this thing which is about to piss me off. You're like, there's so much accountability that you guys gotta have, Kenya, she's not even trying to say her name, but she's like, Kenya did this to me, and if this happened to you, how would you guys feel? And they're basically saying, like, we understand what happened was horrible. Nobody's saying it wasn't horrible, but what we're saying is I'm still going to support my friend.
And I felt like nobody had any level of empathy for what I was going through. I felt like everybody's like, well, it's even now.
And for you to want to have this one-sided situation where it's like you're only seeing your point of view and you're not seeing Kenya's point of view, which in this moment I get it, because she just embarrassed you, cool. But you threatened this woman. To this day, you admitted that you threatened this woman with a pow-pow. She then retaliated by showing your nudes at her event. Mind you, like I said, I don't think it was right for her doing that. However, don't really give a fuck, because if you threaten me with a pow-pow, I would go through every change to, one, like I already know, I'm trying to work on this through therapy with getting my lip back. But I always will try to get my lip back.
A room full of people, come get at me when that happens. Imagine your business being teared apart, your reputation, everything you built.
I know. And I apologize for that.
But I'm looking at Britt like, how the fuck can you talk about accountability with Angela, but bitch, you don't have accountability your fucking self? Is accountability in the room with us? Because I don't fucking know. So for you to sit up here and want us to, as the viewers and as those girls, to be like, well, you guys aren't understanding me. You're taking her side. There's no side to be taken. She was wrong and you were wrong too. Period, point blank. It's unfortunate what had happened, but you can't go around threatening people. Period. The fuck you thought this was? So Angela, like, you know what? I apologize. I wasn't trying to be a victim, because they're basically trying to say that she was trying to be a victim at the whole peace brunch thing. And my whole thing was, when Britt was talking about her losing her license, and when Angela said, like, how so, or how come, or how is that? Asking a probing, clarifying question, because she's like, okay, you quote unquote lost your insurance license. How so? He was like, what do you mean how so? You know how this, you don't trust my business? Like, girl, where the fuck this come from? Like, whoa.
She lost her insurance license.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Based on
really?
what?
Right.
What do you mean based off of what? Are you confused? What's been going on? Oh, wait a minute.
Calm it down. Too much dip on your chip. So it's just crazy that it's like you want them to just throw Kenya away. It's not going to happen at all, because most people understood why Kenya did what she did. I don't think what she did was right, but at this point, it's tit for tat. Sorry, because to be honest, if they would have dealt with Brit when she first did it, we wouldn't have this problem. Because Bravo said, oh, well, you know, we saw that she didn't have. How the fuck did you know she had? Were you there? Did you check her pocketbook there that day? How the fuck y'all know she didn't have a? Please, like when we go back to that whole thing and they talk about this investigation, it doesn't make sense to me. How can you say that? Well, oh, she didn't have a pow pow. How do you know? Because allegedly y'all didn't hear the motherfucking threat, and if y'all did ask, y'all have to ask the next day. And what we're gonna say? I have one. Mm-hmm. Girl, she gonna say no. So please miss me with that. But you know, they come to a common ground, and Britt's still in her confessional, like, the girls just don't understand, like, all this stuff is going on, it just doesn't make sense, like, you know, I just gotta just see my side. And then Cynthia was like, well, you know, at the end of the day, y'all have to give her some grace, because what if your picture was up there with a penis in your mouth? How would you feel? I'll feel like getting my lip back. Like, girl, what? like I'm just like, for every action comes a reaction. Like, please stop playing. And Cynthia is like, girl, why haven't we reached out to Kenya? Anyway. So we see the girls at Cowboy Coyote, or Coyote Ugly. I keep saying Cowboy Coyote. Coyote Ugly. And they're having a good time. They're dancing on the tables. They're taking shots. They're celebrating Porsha's birthday. So I'm just like, yeah, have a good time. It was a cute little moment. Not that much dialogue. Not that much happened. So they were just trying to figure out the whole thing with Drew. Like, why did Drew come?
What's up with your friends at dinner last night? Are they friends with Drew? So everybody who was there knows Drew. Like, we're all, like, cool, you know?
They feel like Angela was talking shit about Drew, so they feel like Angela set Drew up. But I'm like, how did Angela set Drew up? If like, there will have to be a situation that's going to happen to set Drew up. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going to happen to set Drew up?
Why'd you set up somebody who don't necessarily like somebody before they get there? Why'd you do that? Angela was like, yo, I feel some kind of way about Drew. I feel like Drew was talking trash to Kelly.
We get back to the house, and we see the girls. They change their clothes. They're over here, you know, they see one of the guys teaching them like a line dance. It was cute. They have dinner. So Angela tries to basically talk to Porsha about what's going on with her life, and I'm happy that she's doing it, because who else is asking it? Kelly did in the beginning, and she's telling Kelly, like, you know, let's talk about that question that Kelly asked. Kelly was like, oh, I already got my answer. But you didn't.
Accountability is accountability. I got my answer. No, wait, I'm talking about Porsha being accountable. The world wants to know. I don't think the world got that answer.
Right? And I feel like everybody is playing it very safe, and they forget that this is a TV show, right? And Porsha's in her confessional,
like, yeah, you know, I was really calmed down because I got too much stuff going on at home, and I could really go turn up on them, but I was not going to do that because I got 2 men that's over here trying to turn up on me. I'm like,
Porsha, girl, stop. Like, this is a show. You get paid to be on the show. Do what you gotta do. Angela's doing it. So Angela's asking, like, girl, like, at the end of the day, like, what's going on with you? Like, you know, you stole the man's husband. You stole that woman's husband. Like, what's going on? So, you know, everybody try to segue, and she's just like, Cynthia's like, well, Porsha, do you want to answer Angela's question? And she was like, Angela, kiss my ass. And Angela's like, girl, the world can kiss your ass. She said, but you first.
Guys, so Porsha, would you like to answer Angela's question? No, I want Angela to kiss my ass. The rest of the world can kiss your ass. Girl, you first. Oh, you want to give me your ass to kiss? I don't want to kiss fix or flat.
Like I said, they're having like a little back and forth, but I'm just like, Porsha got this dismissive ass, stank, negative ass energy. And I'm just like, girl, if you did not want to come, or you having an issue, girl, say what the fuck is on your mind. You're over here not giving any dialogue, not saying why you're upset, just real stank as fuck. You're trying to be, my whole thing is you want to anchor the show, but you're not pushing the show forward.
What's wrong? Are we going downstairs? You all right? What's your pretty hat? Wrong, Porsha. You're not just that. It's your birthday. We gotta too tired now.
You're not doing anything to push the show forward. All you're doing is being selective, recluse, no dialogue, but then you want to anchor a motherfucking show. Girl, please get the fuck out of my face. What a girl say from Center?
Boy, if you don't get the fuck out of my face.
Okay, so it just shit like that. I'm just like, girl, like, what are we doing? You could have just said, you could have easily just told Angela, like, put that hair back, Angela. Boop, 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 boop. Like, you could have really went toe to toe. Because you like, I can give her that energy. Yeah. We know Miss 265 days. So, Drew was just like, you know what? You know, are we good? Are we good? You know, let's address the elephant in the room. Are we good? Because, you know, I just wanted to let you know I brought you whiskey. I brought you all these things. You know, I'm so happy that you would invite me on the where do we stand?
But I want to ask the question, or are you good with me being here because I know I wasn't invited? You're straight.
All right,
Oh.
All right, ladies, got y'all's entrees. Anybody else want fish?
So Porsha said, we straight. Just very nonchalant. And Drew was like, you know what? I appreciate the invite. I appreciate everything you guys have done to facilitate me and Porsha. I'm going home. So she gets up. They're like, no, Drew, don't leave. Don't leave. What are you talking about? Don't leave. Y'all bitches weren't trying to get nothing started. Y'all won't talk about nothing. So what are we talking about? Talk about, no, Drew don't leave. At this point, yes, Drew, get up and go. Because we're not, what are we doing? We're filming a show, but we're not getting nowhere with this bitch. So I'm going to go home. So when Drew leaves, Porsha then wants to be like, yeah, she just so dramatic with the, let's announce an elephant in the room. Now you want to talk when Drew leaves. Like, girl, she was like, my energy is not for her. My energy is not for Drew. My energy is for Dennis.
I thank y'all for this time, and I'm going to go. Wait a minute. Well, she gave me an answer that's like nasty nice.
If your energy was for Dennis, then why the fuck is your friends over here talking about Drew sucking Dennis's dick? Why are you bringing it up next episode? You know? But to each his own. Angela gets up as well, and the girls, you know, they're basically calling it a motherfucking night. But Angela goes, checks on Drew, and Drew's over here just like, I got too much stuff going on. It's too much crazy shit going on. Porsha goes in her room. She's just like, you know, I got men problem, which I get it. But, girl, you're not giving us nothing. And Cynthia, I'm like, you must be a friend of the show. Girl, you could have stayed out. Because at this point, Cynthia, girl, what are you giving us? Nothing. You're not pulling anything out. You're not really supporting you're not doing anything for the show, Cynthia. Please. Come on now. Now go order. We see everybody go to sleep, but some of the girls, they go out and they're going to the pool. They're over here shaking ass, jumping in the pool, showing their titties, you know, doing, you know, it's a cute girls' night. Cool. It's like 2:30 in the morning. Angela's room is right above the pool. Angela was on the phone with her husband, quote unquote, but she said that she heard some things go on.
I heard some things yesterday that I wish I didn't hear.
So she said they kept talking about her dress, talk about her makeup, talk about all her stuff. So she was like, since y'all were calling me so much, I started recording. But she said the recording was so quick because y'all sent for me, so I'm coming for you. So she go downstairs and she just like, okay, what's going on?
Because I was like, you know what, y'all keep calling me. Let me go see what the y'all want. Y'all didn't tell me that I heard the say y'all good.
Hey, I heard you be looking for me. Well, bitch, here I go. Cash off. But she was like, she heard Porsha say, oh, if she keep playing, I'm gonna fuck Charles. Porsha was like, she said, I didn't say that. And then Porsha scurried off and she went inside. Scary bitch 101. So Kelly, in the confessionals, Porsha said that, oh, I didn't say that. But in the confessional, Kelly corroborated with Angela's story.
Porsha saying she better stop before I f her husband. Our car will be here.
Kelly said, yeah, Porsha said she keep on playing, I'm gonna fuck Charles. She said it. So now, Porsha, not only do you look like a hater to Shamia, not only do you look like someone that's not contributing to the show, not only do you look like someone that can't anchor a fucking show, but you also look like a lying ass bitch. Which is so sad, because girls, you're going out bad.
Did you talk about Angela or Charles at the pool last night? I didn't say anything.
Honestly, truly, bad. But we see the next morning, and the girl, Angela and Drew are about to leave. We see Angela at the door, and Kelly's like, good morning. And Angela's like, girl, I'm not here. I'm not about to be fake. She's like, she's like, what's going on? I said, good morning. She's like, good morning. She's like, what's this energy? She's like, good morning. I'm not about to be fake. Good morning. And Angela get her stuff, get her bag. Drew get her bag. They walk outside and they pump it down to Atlanta. And that was the episode. We see that the girls are doing the after shows now, and I might do a video on the after shows if something juicy happens. If not, y'all won't see it. But I'll probably just talk about it if something juicy happens. But I did see Mia Thornton down in Atlanta. You know, she moved back to Atlanta, back to the place where she's been at this whole fucking time. Clock it. So she moved officially back to Atlanta, and she's just like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna go to Kelly's party. And she was at Kelly's party, so they're like, Mia might be trying to get a peach. If she get a peach, girl, I'm still watching. Y'all already know me. I'm gonna watch, but I'm just like, nah, good morning now. But y'all, that was the episode. Hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Brian Keith, LG, Black View. Bet you didn't know we the Holy Trinity. Now let a guy stop a jolly, break your ear here. Step into the room and get up in the bed. It tastes sweet, that's cause I'm good. It tastes sour cause I'm better than the hood. Cause I get you hyper when I'm running all around, cause I excite ya. Let me talk real quick. You can't even get with the shit. You wanna go toe to toe with my flow? This fabricating all I really ask you for.